coverage you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9. Sponsored by Montlick and Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
A reported tornado, gust of wind, and a downpour of rain, leaving behind damage all across the Chattahoochee Valley.
And we have live team coverage as well from Columbus, showing you some of the worst damaged areas, including trees down. Also an update on power outages and what's being done about cleanup.
If we thought the weather was active today, it could be again on Wednesday. The latest on the threat for strong storms, the threats, and the timing coming up tonight.
Widespread damage is reported all around the Chattahoochee Valley and the southeast, from reports of a half a dozen tornadoes touching down to flooding and large hail. Our crews are spread out in the hardest hit areas with details on the damage and information to help you prepare for the next round. We start with our Parker Branton. He is live with a look at some of the damage in the Henry County, Alabama area tonight. So what are you seeing out there, Parker? And good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight for News Leader 9 at 5.
Top in our news, 2 people are in the Muskogee County Jail tonight after a high-speed chase and a standoff that happened just a few hours ago. The chase started in Ladonia and ended in Columbus. That's where we find News Leader 9's Parker Branton live on Morris Avenue, where that chase ended. Parker, so how did all this begin?
And the 2 suspects in the case will remain in the Muskogee County Jail until they are extradited back to Russell County. We're live in Columbus. Parker Branton, WTVM News Leader 9.
All right, thank you, Parker. And he was first on the scene outside the home on Morris Avenue in Columbus. You can take a look at a Facebook Live he did with developments as soon as he arrived on the scene. Just search WTVM on Facebook and you'll find that live video on our page.
Well, it was a record day for Georgia lawmakers as the legislature approved a $25 billion state budget for the upcoming fiscal year. Our Chandler Morgan joins us live now in studio, breaking down where the money from this budget is going. So, Chandler, I understand this budget means significant pay raises for quite a few departments and folks, right?
Absolutely, Barbara. This new budget that was passed, it's very, highlighted on 3 certain areas according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, beginning with teachers and state employees.
And good Thursday evening. Thanks so much for joining us for News Leader 9 at 5. Our top story, witnesses say it was like something out of a movie, but happened in Columbus. Georgia State Patrol chasing 3 motorcycles with speeds reaching over 100 miles per hour before coming to a crashing end. News Leader 9's Parker Breton is live on Double Churches Road where this all unfolded. And Parker, you spoke with an eyewitness. Tell us more about what you've learned about what happened there.
Jason, it happened right about 9 o'clock last night. State Trooper Charles Holloway tells me that he was running radar on I-185 when he noticed a group of 3 motorcycles going over 100 miles per hour. He says the chase lasted several minutes until one of the motorcycles crashed into a vehicle here on Double Churches Road.
And Jason, right now, investigators tell me they're looking at DNA evidence, left behind. The suspect cut himself while trying to make his way through the window, leaving a trail of blood that investigators will now use to determine who this man might be.
We're glad the girls are okay. And Jose, neighbors also told you, right, that they feel there's more to this home invasion?
They do, Jason, based on what family and neighbors were telling me while this was all happening. They saw a black luxury car actually parked on the street earlier this week. They believe this is the suspect's car, and this is the key they think that will help police find the man responsible for this attempt and scaring those 2 girls inside their home. Reporting in Columbus, Jose Zozai for News Leader 9. Back to you.
We'll keep everybody updated. All right. Thank you, Jose.
Well, this just in. Columbus police issue a murder warrant for the man they say is involved in a deadly shooting at Wilson Homes Apartments in Columbus. 28-year-old Adrian Pollard is accused of shooting and killing Maurice McGee. The incident happened Friday at the apartment complex on 9th Avenue near Veterans Parkway. Investigators say Pollard should be considered armed and dangerous. If you know his whereabouts, you have to call Columbus police immediately. But as we continue to see that smoke affecting our area and possibly the rush hour, one North Georgia fire has turned deadly. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reporting 1 person is dead after fire in Greene County. Another fire in Meriwether County left a landowner injured. Now, fire at Rock Mountain is one of the largest active wildfires in the state, and that fire continues to spread.
Tonight, a record has been broken in the state of Alabama, and it's not a good one. Alabama's top expert on climate tells Newsletter 9 we're experiencing the worst short-term drought in 122 years of keeping those records. Newsletter 9's Elizabeth White has more with Alabama's climatologist Dr. John Christie. So, Elizabeth, you know, the impacts are felt really all over the southeast, right?
Well, that is correct, Jason. Experts say this historic short-term drought began the 1st of September, so not even 3 months into this, and we're already seeing it negatively impacting air quality, marine and animal life as well.
Thanks for joining us on Newsletter 9 at 5 on this Election Day 2016. I'm Barbara Goche.
And I'm Jason Dennis. This is it, one of the longest campaign seasons in election history. Coming down to this is voters from all over heading to the polls.
ABC's Lana Zach and Marcy Gonzalez has the very latest. We've got team coverage across the valley as voters are still at the polls. Newsletter 9's Irisha Jones is following the vote for the property tax freeze.
And our Emily Arroyo is following the contested Muskogee County Sheriff's race, along with our Elizabeth White with the latest on our East Alabama races.
And as voting continues for a few more hours, people in Columbus will see one question on the ballot that's been controversial for more than a year, and it involves property taxes. Newsletter 9's Irisha Jones is standing by to break down what a yes vote will mean for Muskogee County homeowners. So, yeah, definitely a controversial issue, Irisha.
Well, that's right, Barbara. With strong opinions on both sides whether or not to thaw or keep a property tax freeze, this is how the issue reads on the ballot. Shall the act be approved, which eliminates the current base year assessed value homestead exemption for purposes of Muskogee County school and consolidated city-county government ad valorem taxes for homestead property acquired after January 1st, 2017.
To the other side of the river now, where East Alabama is experiencing a historic turnout for this presidential election. Newsletter 9's Elizabeth White joins us live from the Clarion Hotel, the largest precinct in Lee County. And Elizabeth, election officials saying the lines to vote are unprecedented.
The Columbus Cottonmouths hockey team at an Illinois hospital tonight following a bus rollover accident. We'll have team coverage on the accident coming up.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're following breaking news involving the Columbus Cottonmouths. We have learned the hockey team was involved in a rollover accident earlier this afternoon as they traveled near Peoria, Illinois for a weekend game. Newsletter 9's Rosalind Giles is following this story. She joins us now in studio with the very latest. And Rosalind, what do we know about injuries at this point?
It is unclear if the games will be played this weekend right now. And reporter Jessica Cook from WHOI TV was on the scene of the crash earlier this afternoon. She continues our team coverage with more about the amount of people on that bus and the people taken to the hospital.
Hi everyone, Jessica Cook. We are out here in Morton currently. As you can see, there was a bus accident earlier this afternoon, happened just a little bit over an hour ago, and we have confirmed that it was a hockey team that was on the bus. There were 24 people on the bus. Most of them were taken to the hospital.
And right now we are continuing to get updates on this story. We're in touch with the crews there on the scene, constantly updating our website, WTVM.com, and our free mobile news app with these developments. Just click on the story under the local tab. Much more coming up throughout this newscast here today. We do know that there was rain in the area in Peoria at the time of this accident, and part of the same storm system that is headed our way, storm system that has already caused some damage in states like Mississippi. We are under a weather alert day today. Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid is in the Weather Center now watching all of this for us. Derek?
Barbara, thanks. Here we're keeping a close eye on things out there for you. Here's the current view of the satellite and radar.
The officer slammed him to the ground, thrusted his face and head into the ground. One officer was seen kneeling on the back of Hector's neck.
Existing condition, hard to believe.
A family reacting tonight after a Columbus man dies after being arrested by police. More of this exclusive interview you'll see only on Newsletter 9.
Whoa! Sheriff's office!
A dramatic shootout in Troup County. It is all caught on newly released dash cam video. We're going to have a breakdown on the video of a deputy exchanging gunfire with a suspect.
Please don't do it!
43 status check.
I'm hit. Shots are fired.
No, he said he was hit. That's what it's not. I mean, no one, he's going to repeat that.
And Barbara and Jason, we do know the deputy was able to drive to safety, and he was treated and released from the hospital the same day.
Wow, just dramatic video there.
Yeah.
And the suspect was also shot. Do we any update on him at this time?
From what we know today, the information that I got is he is still in the hospital at this time.
And facing several charges,
yes.
as you said. All right, Arisha, thank you so much. And for more background on this case, you can visit WTVM.com or our free mobile app. You'll find the full police dash cam video as well as more of a timeline of what took place during this incident.
Now the owner tells me they've had more than 50 people working throughout today to help with this fundraiser, and you have until 9 p.m. tonight to come out and support this fundraiser. And if you don't want to purchase any food, you can just drop off a donation for Austin. And of course, you will also hear from Austin Deckard himself tonight at 6 o'clock. Reporting live here in Phoenix City, I'm Arisha Jones for News Leader 9.
All right, Arisha, yeah, story touched a lot of people. Thank you so much.
Buddy, how you doing? You doing all right? What's up?
And here it is. This is the video which captured the hearts of so many. It shows Deckard's wish to meet Cam Newton being granted as he prepared for surgery. The former Auburn quarterback visited the 10-year-old last month at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta and gave the boy an Under Armour bag. Now you can watch this video by going to the local tab of WTVM.com. Well, let's talk about what you're doing, because you're in town and you're going to be performing tonight in Auburn. For folks who may not be familiar with your music, tell us about your influences and what kind of music you like and you play.
Yeah, so, you know, being a kid growing up in Texas, you know, I grew up in the 90s primarily, and so 90s country artists from Clint Black and Garth Brooks really have a lot of influence in what I do today.
And, we will take a quick break, but before we go, we want to tell you that we continue to follow that breaking news for you out of near Peoria, Illinois. We'll have the very latest on this bus crash involving the Columbus Cottonmouths. We do know they're involved in the rollover crash. Right now, we're told no players have life-threatening injuries. They are being treated, though. The very latest for you coming up on the news at 5:30.
Now, of course, fans watching, waiting to see if Alabama can get that repeat of last year's game. Here's a live look now from Tampa, where it's a little maybe warmer than it is here, but it's been cold there in Florida as well.
Looks beautiful, though. Storm Team 9 meteorologist Mallory Chanel has a look at our weather tonight.
I just recorded this whole conversation. I'm going to send it to the police department.
A local woman answers a call from a so-called IRS official, only realizing it was a phony scam.
More of the comical call as she realized what was happening, and a warning she has for anyone who may receive a similar call.
Plus, a protest for peace as Auburn University students, faculty, and staff join a nationwide movement. I'm News 9's Elizabeth White will have a live report from campus.
The backlash over President Donald Trump's policies and executive order barring refugees from the U.S. continuing to cause outrage. Just last night, students at UC Berkeley rioting, breaking windows and lighting fires. They were protesting conservative Milo Yiannopoulos, who was supposed to speak at the university, but that event was canceled. Also this week, protests over the immigration order in New Jersey and Columbus, Ohio.
Meantime, a peaceful protest on President Trump's temporary immigration ban also brought hundreds of demonstrators to Auburn University's campus today. News Leader 9's Elizabeth White was at that protest, and Elizabeth, organizers say they didn't want to focus on President Trump, but rather show solidarity with Auburn's international community, right? So what exactly does this executive order President Trump issued mean? USA Today providing a breakdown to explain it for you. Citizens from Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen can't come to the U.S. for 3 months. This includes those with immigrant or non-immigrant visas, including those with dual citizenship with other nations. The order also includes green card holders who already have permission to be in the U.S. Now, this means if they are in the U.S. and left, they can't come back until the restriction is lifted.
Turning now to other news, a Eufaula woman is facing some serious charges after causing a crash that injured a child, allegedly. Police say Holly Moulton was driving under the influence when she injured the 10-year-old boy. The crash happened yesterday evening on Eufaula Avenue near Highway 30. Investigators tell us the boy was trying to cross the street when he was hit by the truck that Moulton was driving. Moulton was arrested and charged with DUI and first-degree assault. And that child was taken to Children's of Alabama Hospital in Birmingham, where he now remains in critical condition.
Still ahead, new Secretary of State Rex Tillerson addressing face-to-face some of the people he will lead have already been vocal some already vocal opposing President Trump's policies. What he had to say as he addressed the State Department.
And after years of waiting to see if a store would move into the vacant spot at the Peachtree Mall, finally, a store has moved in. We'll tell you take you inside to what the at-home store looks like. Family and friends say their final goodbyes to the fourth child killed after a mobile home fire in Opelika. The funeral for 3-year-old Bryson Core was today at the Evergreen Cemetery. Bryson died from injuries he sustained in the January 12th fire that killed 3 of his sisters. His other sister, Kiana, is still recovering now from that fire at a children's hospital in Birmingham.
Meantime, the attorney for the mother of the children killed in the fire released a statement today following the funeral. It reads, quote, "My family and I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone that has aided us in this trying time, whether it has been financial donations, meals, prayers, or simple words of encouragement. The outpouring of support from the Auburn-Opelika community has been truly overwhelming, and we are eternally grateful." This is only part of the statement. You can read the full statement under the local tab of WTVM.com.
An ongoing investigation into Troup County today after a 911 phone call ended in a LaGrange man's death. 44-year-old James Thompson died after a confrontation led to the man being tased. Newsletter 9's Parker Branton is live now in Troup County where the incident happened. And Parker, tell us how all this went down.
Thank you. To Washington now. The Senate committee finally voting to approve the nomination of Senator Jeff Sessions from Alabama to be the next Attorney General. This as protesters had to be removed from the room.
Floor, meeting over.
Heard that the nomination of a man who will not protect the vulnerable.
Well, the vote was supposed to happen yesterday, but was delayed. All 11 Republicans on the panel voted for Sessions, while all 9 Democrats said no. Republicans changed the rules, which usually require at least one member of each party to be at the vote to proceed. Democrats argue they needed more time to look into Sessions' record. Well, from Central to Eufaula, Top, Lynette, and many more, high school students, family, and friends waiting to see what colleges they would play for.
And today, the wait over as they announced who they would play for on this National Signing Day. Signed on the dotted line, this is the action local high school students did as they committed to play college sports, and we saw plenty of local students do just that today. And our Dave Platt is here now to break down all of the action for National Signing Day right here in the Valley. And Dave, an exciting day always for high school athletes, right? Well, a well-known suit salesman in Columbus and East Alabama, Deacon, is found dead inside his Smith Station home with ligature marks around his neck. Now, a murder investigation is underway in Lee County. Our Elizabeth White joins us live from the Lee County Sheriff's Office. And Elizabeth, any suspects named at this point?
Well, it's time once again to get your taxes done, and for many, this can be a very confusing and overwhelming task to complete. Newsletter 9 is once again teaming up with Supreme Tax in Columbus as well as Integrated Financial Group. And Jason Dennis is now live upstairs in our conference room where a phone bank is going on right now. And Jason, what sort of questions are these tax experts hearing today?
Well, Rosalind, it could definitely be overwhelming to, when the tax season is here and your deadline's just a few months away and people sometimes wait until the last minute. But we're here to help you out for free. We've got some tax experts around the table right here wanting to answer your phone calls. We don't hear the phones ringing. We need to hear them ringing right now. There's one phone call. I want you to call right now, 706-494-5530. The number's on the bottom of your screen, scrolling as well. Call that phone number right now to get your tax questions answered for free.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. Gorgeous weather out here for the kickoff of the Riverfest tonight. It's going to be great tomorrow, so you have no excuse not to come. It's free to get in. They've got all kinds of events for the whole family. One of the things we've been talking about, because you can hear the band back there warming up right now, is the music. Lots of live music both tonight and tomorrow night. Let's give you a rundown now of who will be playing when. Here's the look. First off, at Friday night, we have at 6 o'clock tonight, Elena Royale will play. Then at 7, Chemistry Project Band is playing. Then at 9 p.m., the band we've been hearing earlier, Kalimba, the Spirit of Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's 9 o'clock tonight.
And then tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the music goes on with the Aces and Eights, followed by Joe Country, the Shelby Brothers, Tusk, the Ultimate Fleetwood Mac Ultimate Tribute Band. You love Fleetwood Mac, Lloyd Buchanan and the Cube Roots, and then closed off 10:45 tomorrow night by Common Rival. So looking forward to that. Lots of great music, and we have some special guests with us right now here. Yeah,
we got members from the Kalimba, the Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band. Right here we've got Chaz and we've got Chris over there. Well, Well, it's not uncommon to see a dance team at a basketball game, but for one Kansas team, the routine looked a little different. This is because it included 2 young girls who are confined to a wheelchair.
The dance teacher noticed the 2 and thought she could have something special by including the girls. She went one step further by using the routine to raise money for new playground equipment, which would be friendly to those that are wheelchair bound.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, that's very good. You can try to include everyone.
Yeah, and that dance looked beautiful too.
Absolutely.